Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 8, Akshara Brahma Yoga, Imperishable Brahman, verse 11. In the last verse, we have seen both the literal meaning and the subtle meaning of the sloka. Verse 10. The literal meaning is at the time of death, Prayana Kali, keeping the mind steady with full of devotion attained by the strength of yoga, fixing the prana between the eyebrows, the devotee reaches the Paramapurusha. That is the literal meaning, direct meaning. Indirect meaning is when the ego dies, when the mind becomes steady and truly love the self, when the physiological functions, we have seen pranaya swaha, apanaya swaha, vyanaya swaha, udanaya swaha, samanaya swaha, udanaya swaha, dissociates itself from the external world, then the ego merges with the self. These are the two meanings, literal and indirect meaning for verse 10. Verse 10 again. Prayana kale manasa chalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva bruvor madhye pranamavesha samyak sadam param purushamupaiti divyam. This we have seen in verse 10. Now verse 11. Yadaksharam vedavido vatanti vishanti yadyadayo vitaragaha yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena pravakshem. Now Bhagavan says, Yadaksharam vedavido vadanti. That is, Vedavid. Who is a Vedavid? Vedavid is the person who knows the Vedas. It is not reciting the Vedas. It is not understanding the meaning of the Vedas. But they know the goal. Those who have realized the great truth, Brahman, they are the Vedavids. They vadanti, what they say, that which is imperishable, yad aksharam. What is aksharam? Aksharam is that which is imperishable, that which is permanent, that which never undergoes any modification or change, that which is not in the realm of time. It is not subject to time. We are all subject to time. We are born at a time and naturally we will die at a time. So only a manufactured date and expiry date, it is always there. We are not able to see. At least manufactured date we are sure, but expiry date we are not sure. That is the only difference. Whereas aksharam is, it is timeless. It is not subject to time. We have already seen time is second. That which is eternal, immutable. So that edaksharam, vedavido vadanti, that Bhagavan says, edaksharam vedavido vadanti vishanti yadyatayo vitaragaha. The person who puts efforts, great efforts, to achieve that end, to achieve that goal, what they do is they eliminate all the desires. Vita ragha. We have already seen this Vita raga bhaya krodha. Bhagavan several times he has said Vita raga bhaya krodha. Important. If you want to achieve that goal, this is, I think it is the basic. You cannot miss the basic and then try to achieve the end. Impossible. Why he stops with raga here, with the raha, but it always includes bhaya and krodha. They are the obverse and reverse of the same coin. Already several times this has been said. Desire is the root cause. Once the desire is there, then you acquire something, then the fear of losing it comes. The fear to protect what you have acquired. That is the fear. Then what is anger? Anger is that which or whoever comes between the person desiring and the object desired. That is the anger. So desire is the root, fear and anger. They always accompany desire. So when Bhagavan says vitarahaha, it always includes fear and anger. One who has not destroyed or eliminated basic thing, then he cannot achieve this state, whatever state Bhagavan is going to say. This person, the person who is desiring, he has controlled his mind completely by eliminating his desire, fear, and anger. He has no interest in any of the worldly objects. Absolutely no interest. It is natural. If you have greatest interest in a particular thing, all other subjects will go away. You will not have any interest. At least I have seen one person, my senior. He was interested in tax. He will not know anything about the politics. You say he will not know. On any other subject you say he will not. But tax, he will be too much interested. Similarly, the person who is interested in achieving this goal, the greatest goal of life, he will not be interested in anything. The detachment, the freedom from desire, arise out of maturity of mind. It is not a suppressed one. That is also very, very important. Your maturity is you are growing out of that desire. It is not you are suppressing your desire. You have analyzed it thoroughly and then understood the impermanency of these desires. Then you grow out of it. Why I am saying this is very important. Generally, what we do is we suppress our desires. I don't want sweet, let us say. I don't want. But suddenly at one point in time, it will become like volcanic eruption and you will have 10 sweets at the same time. No, you have to mentally mature. Growing out of desire is important. It is like a naturally ripened mango. You cannot put a stone or smoke the mango, then the taste will not be there. Naturally, you should ripen. That is very, very important. So, vitaraha here is controlling the mind. Bhagavan says, control of mind is very, very important. By controlling the desires of these worldly things, you must reject them to achieve that end. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti. If you desire to achieve this goal, another condition is the seekers, they continuously contemplate upon the Brahman, turn their mind and intellect and think only about Brahman. That is your goal. You must think about the same goal continuously 24 into 7. It is not because greatest end, you must give that end the required effort. Otherwise, you cannot achieve it. They observe the life of brahmacharya, strict discipline to attain that end, that goal. The entire attention. Normally, we are all always looking at the external world, desiring so many things, one after the other, longest list. Every one of us, no one is an exclusion. The entire focus you are turning from the external world of objects to the internal world. So Bhagavan says, Brahmacharyam charanti. Then what is that goal? What is that akshara? Bhagavan is going to define it. I don't know whether it can be defined. Bhagavan is going to clearly state that stage which the uh, persons putting effort by controlling their mind, by observing brahmacharya, they enter that stage, that state. I will explain to you briefly. That is what Bhagavan is saying. Tatte padam samgrahena pravakshe. So he says, I shall now explain to you briefly the state which those people enter. I will explain to you briefly. That is what Bhagavan is saying in this verse. Almost all Upanishads advise chanting Om to control the mind and intellect equipment. That is very, very important. So these next two verses or next two or three verses are very, very important for whoever wants to achieve that goal. That is very important. That is what this verse says. Again, verse 11. Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti vishanti yadyadayo vitaraga yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Arihom Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana